I mean, not just anybody can plan and execute a murder. It takes special skill. There are details. Sometimes you have to improvise. Sense of the absurd helps. She was gorgeous. Linda. Beautiful, long, blonde hair. We were engaged. Did you know that? I flew out to California to interview for residency at a hospital out there. I was supposed to stay overnight, but I came back right away instead. Poor Linda. She was so damn predictable. Not an ounce of mystery in it. Every night at the same time, she'd take a walk. All I had to do was wait for her. And run her down. No witnesses. No investigation. Just dead Linda by the side of the road. I'll never forget the look on her face when she realized what was happening. It was sad. And it's not like I didn't love her. I am capable of deep love. That wasn't good enough for her. Having my love and being my wife just wasn't good enough for her. She wanted a career. As a singer. Can you imagine that? Doctor's wife singing in nightclubs? I couldn't tolerate that. And you understand that, don't you? Well, she didn't. It just made her angry. And then it would start. The demands and the criticisms, the constant criticisms. I hate that. I remember a few weeks before the wedding, I planned a special dinner for us at her favorite restaurant. It was supposed to be romantic. Right away, she started making demands again. How I was going to have to accommodate her needs. How she was a person, too. That wasn't Linda. That was Maggie. Sorry, I get them jumbled up sometimes. You know, that's really not so hard to understand, because they're really all the same in the end. They're just disembodied voices telling me in so many ways how I'm not good enough, how I'm never good enough. Except that idiot Gloria. I could not pry her off with a crowbar. And that insipid friend of hers, the one that decided to play detective, Helen. No, it's not Helen. It's, don't tell me. Michelle Dale. You know, she actually tried to blackmail me. Would have been funny if it hadn't been so pathetic. Why don't people understand that I just do the best that I can?
You've given us a lot of information, right? About yourself, these women. But what we'd really like to hear about is Jessica.
I don't care what you're saying.
You're right. 2 hours ago. And it's been very, enlightening, too.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you and your sidekicks were after me for months. Badgering me, stalking me, coming up with every psychological manipulation that you could think of, all in an effort to get me to break down, and now you don't want to hear it? Well, excuse me. Is my cell ready?
You're not going anywhere.
Not until you tell us about Jessica.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd tell my story my way. What makes you think I know anything about Jessica?
You should enjoy this, Chamberlain. Another opportunity to explore that brilliant mind of yours.
I had you fooled. Had an awful lot of you fooled for quite some time, if I recall.
You're a bloody genius, Can we get on with it?
You know, I don't like you. I don't like him.
No, just pretend he's not here.
Why does he need to be? Is this some kind of door prize for all his hard work?
Forget about Mac. Just tell us how you killed Jessica.
Oh, all right. Fell into my lap, actually. You know, I have to thank you for all your help. That messy affair was just the thing I needed for your motive. That was perfect. She was dead. You got arrested. Clean. It's nice when it's clean. Well, I should have known that you and Felicia would jump into that stupid PI routine of yours and screw the whole thing up. Let me guess. Who was it that came up with the idea that I was the killer? You?
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Yeah. Felicia wouldn't think of me that way.
I'm impressed, Ryan. I mean, you did quite a job of fine-tuning all the bits and pieces. Obviously, you planned ahead, huh?
Always do. Patience and planning.
So tell me, how did you get out of the hospital?
Oh, I knew about the security room reserved for prisoners. I just got in, checked it out, got my hands on some blueprints, and came up with a way to get out of it.
When?
When? Gee, I don't have my calendar with me.
But if I'm hearing you correctly, we're talking months ago when you were still working at the hospital. Jessica was still alive and none of these accusations had been made, so why the big escape plan?
Why not? I mean, you never know when something like that might come in handy. Do I really need to point out that I was right? Late one night, when the room was unoccupied, I went in. It was secured with recessed bolts. They require a special tool. I bought one. I hid repelling gear in the windowsill, and I hid the tool that I needed behind a section of the baseboard. That was it. That's all I needed for the day that I hoped would never come. Unfortunately, it did, and here we all are.
And once you were found guilty, you decided to commit suicide.
Excuse me, Scorpio. This is my interview. Do you mind? I knew I'd be placed in that room, so I cut my wrists. Now I have these scars.
Tell us about the night you killed Jessica. You were in the hospital, under guard.
I knew about the 90-minute window of opportunity from observing the guards when I was still on staff. They were like clockwork. You really shouldn't blame them, Sean. They were just doing what you trained them to do. They were just outsmarted. Anyway, 90 minutes was plenty of time for me. I almost forgot. I had stashed some clothes in a locker on the 4th floor. And for the record, I had no intention of coming back. I was going to do what I had to do and get the hell out of this dump of a town.
Where were you off to?
The brownstone, Sherlock. To kill Felicia. And she wasn't home. Can you believe that? All that work and she wasn't even home. Women. They'll do it to you every time. So I decided Sean here would do nicely.